Hey there. Getting these nice brand new beds in operation today. This tunnel's far from being ready, but the beds are ready, so I feel like we should get them planted. Got a busy day planned today. Mixture of projects, some planting, some seed starting. Also gonna talk to Gene for a few minutes. Lots of cool stuff. So these three, I'm gonna plant 3 of these beds today. This one I just used the gritter here to mark out for lettuce. I'm really gonna be implementing this year to try to simplify some stuff, streamline processes, all that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff, which you guys know I love. And I'm gonna direct seed these 2 beds up here. So I'm gonna get on that right now. Got these 2 beds seeded out. The first one, I put carrots in here. I used the variety called Mokum, which is a really common variety for early season. And most of you guys have probably heard of it. And I have not had a lot of experience growing carrots, so I'm gonna try to really improve on that this year. Try a bunch of varieties and try to just, you know, grow better carrots. So that's what's going on in the first bed. Second bed I planted with a new variety of Asian green. And this is from Osborne Seed Company. They are not sponsoring this video, but they are a sponsor of the channel. And this one, it's called KN101569. I can never remember the name of it because just the number. But I'll leave a link down below for this if you guys want to check it out. Comes recommended from, I was gonna say my man, Rebecca, but that doesn't make sense. So my lady? I don't know. Rebecca's awesome. She always has great recommendations for me. But this is a mixture, it's a cross between bok choy and mizuna. So you get a lot of the hardiness from bok choy and some of the mizuna characteristics as well. And they're both awesome Asian greens. So I'm growing this sort of as a baby size, and I'm really excited to see how this goes. And I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Now I got to get these lettuces transplanted out. Got that bed of lettuce transplanted and it looks awesome. Really glad to get another 3 beds planted. And this is that same varieties of lettuce that I've been planting before, the Mir Cherokee Magenta blend. I just had the seeds already mixed up, but I will be switching over to Salanova after this. And I'll talk about that in a future time. But if you have any questions about starting lettuce seeds, transplanting, I'll leave links down below for a bunch of videos I've done on that. I've done videos on pretty much everything at this point, but I know a lot of you guys are watching these videos for you know, educational stuff, learning how to garden, learning how to farm, and there's tons of great stuff on here. But I also want to take a moment to talk about the show sponsor today, which is Growing for Market magazine. They've been in existence for about 3 decades, and with print and online educational material for local growers, for gardeners and farmers and vegetables and flowers and all that kind of stuff. And they have, as I said, they do a print version and an online version of their magazine, but they also have an archive of up to like, I think like 1,600 articles you can look through. So I really recommend that you go check them out. And I have a special offer for you guys today. And that coupon is SHOVEL, all lowercase, and that'll give you 25% off a subscription. I'll leave links down below and also that coupon code, but go check out Growing for Market. And I really want to thank them for sponsoring this channel. A little bit tricky getting stuff to germinate and grow in the winter time. And I know that for a lot of you guys, it's not as warm as it is here, and we can grow pretty much all year round here with the cover especially. So I'm gonna get this watered in and then close up the tunnel, try to trap as much heat in here as I can, try to heat up the soil so it does better overnight. So while I was doing all that seeding, Gene was working on this, and if you watched the last vlog, we put all these boards in here as a baseboard, and we had sistered them together on the top of the first tunnel, but we just wanted to get these in here, and Gene was doing that and sistering them together here. So now at least we have that baseboard in. It's not yet attached to the hoops, but we have a bunch of rain coming in this week, and so I wanted to make sure this was in ahead of time because of the drainage stuff going down there. So now I'm gonna start working on seeding out some trays. All right, so I'm over here at the potting bench, and this is the potting bench only for a little while until we get the nursery set up, and then this will be gone from the front of my house. But right now I am seeding out some lettuce. It's a Salanova mix, and I'll get into that at a later time, as I mentioned. I've also mentioned previously that I'm gonna be switching to soil blocks this year from the standard you know, trays. And I really just want to embrace the full nerdum of soil stuff, and I know a lot of great growers that use soil blocks and swear by them, and I want to give them a good try and really implement them into the system here and try to get the strongest starts going out, and I think this is one way that I can do that. One other good way is just start with really good potting mix. You can make your own. I don't use enough to really make that worth it, and I can buy really nice potting mix. So I'm using Costa Maine right now, so I've been using most of last year and this year too, so that's what I'm going to go with for now. And yeah, so I'm really happy with the soil blocks here. I'm not going to give you a step-by-step or anything like that. Eventually, when I get my system dialed in, I'll definitely make a tutorial about it. But for now, this is literally the first time I've ever made soil blocks. And I don't know, pretty happy with it. So I'm just going to cover them up with vermiculite, water them in a little bit, and then put them in the garage for now until I get the nursery set up. That's where I'll be germinating and growing my starts. All right, so after those lettuce seeds, we did some peppers and just getting stuff done constantly here. And I could not get even close to as much done as has happened here without the help of Gene. And you guys see him in a lot of videos. We've done a couple videos where Gene does a little bit more talking, but I know some of you guys had some questions about sort of what Gene's up to and how he fits into the farm here and sort of our relationship and stuff. So I'll put Gene on here and let him talk a little bit. All right, Gene, so everyone knows you as sort of like kicking butt on the farm, but how did we connect, and you know, why are you interested in doing what you're doing here and with me?
Well, actually about 9 months before I met you, I got interested in YouTube. But I was really interested in whether it was homesteading or farming in North Carolina. I do follow a few farmers and whatnot outside of the state, but I was more interested in here in North Carolina. First of all, I like what you were doing. Not only, obviously, I could only see the looks, but what you were talking about, working with earth, working, you know, not using chemicals. Whenever you planted something, that was the right time to grow it. You weren't trying to force it in which you'd have to spray and whatnot. So the overall picture of your farm and what you were doing, it really struck to me and closely, because that's how I've always felt. If you have a good soil, and that makes a strong plant, which that can fight off a lot of things. And actually I was going to reach out to you and see if I could just come up and help. And I wasn't quite ready. And I mean, I was doing things at my place and whatnot. And about the time I was seriously considering reaching out to you, you decided to move down to Raleigh City Farm. I think the video came out Thursday. I saw it Friday, and I said, well, I guess that's where I'll be Saturday morning.
You were there before I even showed up, Gene.
Right. And one funny story about that, I worked by myself at my place. You worked by yourself at your place. And so when you were filming, it was just you. And basically after you got out of the car, you know, we introduced each other. And I was just standing over to the side. Well, you got your camera out, getting everything ready, and you started your intro. And because I was standing over here watching, but not, you know, definitely not interfering or anything, you started laughing.
Staring right at me, man. Hey there.
I walked away. And I'm like, what's going on? Well, I'm not used to you. I'm not used to anybody. I could understand that. So I stepped away, but you grew from there. And you got used to people walking around while you were talking and whatnot, whether it's right behind you or the camera, and that didn't affect you anymore. You got used to it.
Right. So you're really interested in looking for a farm to sort of volunteer on and work as a team, and like, what's your motivations? I mean, you put a lot of time and energy into Raleigh City Farm and now helping me here. So
I've always taken everything as personally, like I own it. And I have visions of how I'd like to see things. I come up with ideas for projects and things that are needed, you know, on the farm or whatnot. I like doing things. I classify myself as semi-retired. Obviously, I'm not semi-retired if I work part-time and full-time at a farm. Pay unpaid volunteer, which is fine, but you welcomed me right on the farm, allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do, you know. And then we worked together well, whether we were putting in the wash pack station or the irrigation or things like that. You know, you'd come up with, you know, we need something for the all the timers out in the field. Well, I started thinking up something, and I put something together.
Right.
And then another project, you go, well, we need this, but not really specifics other than we need this to do this. And I'd start thinking about it and come up with something to build.
Yeah, I think we've worked really well, not just personality-wise, but also the way we approach systems and planning and projects have been like, usually we come to the same solution.
And doing it right. And we've gotten to where we worked so well together, in my opinion, that we are thinking on the same page. We'd rather slow down, do it right, and not have to come back and fix it because we were in a hurry. And I think if everybody takes that attitude on their farm, it's actually less work overall.
Agree completely, Gene. Well, I appreciate all of your help more than I can ever express to you, and I know the viewers here love watching you too. And,
yeah.
So we'll do another thing at your place at some point in the spring.
Right.
About
Yeah, I've got some raised beds that are, well, you've seen it on the internet, I'm sure, if you've been watching some homesteaders. But it's really neat, pretty simple to build, and I'm a compost guy.
Yeah.
And my compost system is about twice the size of what we have here.
All right, well, cool. We'll do a video at your place and get into more of your background and stuff too. But Gene, thanks so much for everything, and I know everyone loves seeing you on the channel. So
yeah, I enjoy all the comments everybody makes. It makes me feel good that people are watching and they ask, you know, where's Gene or whatever, or see a project I've done and really appreciate it. Well, as I say all the time, a big thanks to Gene. He's a great friend and a big help, and I couldn't have done a lot of this without him. We wouldn't be in the same situation that I'm in right now. So, but we'll do more video stuff with Gene. But for now, he'll be continuing to help out. I love having him around, and he's been enjoying this a lot. And hopefully, you guys have been enjoying this. So, thanks so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.